Hello and welcome to your daily dose of Satoshi's news. Today's day is Wednesday, the 17th of September 2025. The year BSV comes alive. Branch your threads, expand your mind with treechat.ai or your post put on chain. Right, let's have a look, see what we've got today. Cointelegraph says Swiss banks complete first blockchain-based legally binding payments. That is a massive milestone. That's a massive milestone. So we're going to read through that article, see what it says. Cointelegraph have also got some other articles here that actually look quite interesting. Cointelegraph's new direction, an open letter to the crypto industry. What's all that about? Institutional adoption face blockchain bottleneck. Bitcoin mining industry going to be dead in 2 years. Bit Digital CEO. DAOs must replace crypto cult leaders. American Express is now offering NFT passport stamps for travelers. XRP, I'm not bothered with that. Deutsche Voice subsidy launches off-exchange settlement for institutions. Right, we'll have to have a look at a few of those. I've got some posts that I want to touch on my in my own feed. Bitcoin email says, "Do you send letters without stamps?" Look at that. We've actually got Bitcoin email now on the genuine Bitcoin network. That is massive. Because they will stand in law because they're on the ledger and they can't be deleted, and you can prove that they've been received. That is huge. CryptoMax says, "Wow, this is huge. $11 billion in stable coins, has flowed into exchanges before FOMO meeting. Big money knows something." Look at that. Look at that. Well, yeah. So we'll have a look at that. We'll have a look at this article here by DXS app saying the ideological divide. BSV is the forgotten alternative in a speculation-driven crypto universe. Great image there. Posted from Anna Iverson saying about from Bitcoin to abundance. So we'll have a quick read through that. Then we'll have a look at the figures as per usual. We've got some 365 days of Bitcoin history. And then we'll finish with the Kellenschweller countdown. Right, let's get into it.
Satoshi, like a cowboy in the West, riding on the blockchain that they call the very best. 1 million strong, and transactions flying free. Just wait for the terror node, you'll surely see.
Here we go then. Right, let's have a look at this. Swiss bank completes first blockchain-based legally binding payment. UBS, Signum Bank and Post Finance complete a blockchain study proving the technology's efficacy for bank deposits and institutional payment infrastructure. This should have been done years ago. Should have been done years and years ago. You know, maybe they're just going and talking about it now because they know what's coming. They know what's coming, as do we. Some of Switzerland's largest banks completed a proof of concept that tested blockchain technology and smart contracts for interbank payments, marking what they said was the first legally binding bank payment via a public blockchain. Under the umbrella of the Swiss Bankers Association, UBS, Post Finance and Signum Bank conducted a feasibility study on blockchain-based deposit tokens and payments infrastructure, the SBA announced Tuesday. The test initiated an off-chain fiat money transfer triggered by payment instructions tokenized on the blockchain as a deposit token. The first use case executed a payment between bank customers for the participating banks, while the second test, an escrow-like process that exchanged deposit tokens for tokenized real-world assets with automatically processed transactions. The announcement touts the test as the first time banks have carried out a legally binding payment across institutions using bank deposits and a public blockchain. I wonder which one it was. Scalability challenges remain. Oh dear. Clearly not using genuine Bitcoin then, were they? The system's underlying smart contract enabled verifiable processes, technical security and compliance with regulatory requirements, said the SBA, adding that public blockchains with permissioned applications can trigger legally binding payments. While the result confirmed the feasibility of the institutional payment payments using blockchain technology, scalability requires additional design adjustments and increased cooperation with other banks, infrastructure providers, and authorities, the SBA added. The successful study may signal more interest towards a blockchain-based payment rails from large financial institutions, accelerating the convergence of a traditional and decentralized finance. Founded in Basel in 1912, the BSA is an umbrella organization of the Swiss banks that comprises about 265 organizations and more than 12,000 individuals. UBS says interoperability possible. The study signals that interoperability between traditional bank deposits and public blockchains is becoming a reality, said Christopher Thur, digital asset lead at UBS Group. The proof of concept demonstrates that interoperability of bank money via public blockchains can become a reality, enabling innovation around tokenized assets. This accelerates innovation in tokenized assets and makes it possible to actively shape the future of financial systems, both nationally and globally, he added. In the US, central banks are also experimenting with smart contracts and blockchain infrastructure. They'll find genuine Bitcoin real quick. It's the only one that can do everything efficiently enough to cater for worldwide adoption. And those who see it first are going to benefit the most. Not only efficiency, but also economically. Oof, can you imagine? Literally, it's like genuine Bitcoin is like knocking on the door, and they've just got to open the right door and they'll find it. In May, a joint research study by the US Federal Reserve Bank of New York's Innovative Center and the Bank for International Settlements Innovation Hub Swiss Center found that smart contracts could offer central banks flexibility and rapid response tools in a tokenized financial system. The smart contract toolkit was fast and flexible. The BIS wrote, in hypothetical scenarios, the central bank was able to add and change tools instantly. Oh. The Bank of International Settlements report also acknowledged that central banks will likely face infrastructure challenges as most existing systems lack advanced use cases. Oof. Literally, talk about being on the cusp. What's this? Bitcoin Standard author, Argentina's bond Ponzi near collapse. Bitcoin is exiting. What? Seyfedin Amous warned Argentina's high-yield bond strategy is unsustainable, calling it a Ponzi. Yeah, they're all Ponzis. That could push investors towards Bitcoin as the peso crumbles. What is going on over there? Economist and author of the Bitcoin Standard, Seyfedin Amous, warned that Argentina's financial system is on the brink of collapse, calling President Javier Milei's economic program a debt and inflation Ponzi, propped up by unsustainable bond yields and currency printing. They call it money. They have no idea. In a post on X, Amous argued that Argentina's government has created a financial system where bond speculation is the only path to financial security. The only concrete achievement of his administration so far is that it destroyed the currency and created a shitcoin casino, he said. I wonder what that's all about in Argentina. At the centre of this crisis is what locals called la bicicleta financiera, a high-yield carry trade where investors buy short-term government bonds that offer interest rates exceeding the pace of peso devaluation. According to Almas, this setup, which has become the country's most lucrative industry, is a textbook Ponzi scheme. Oh my god. But we know who this guy is influenced by anyway, don't we? Simon Dixon said a textbook proof of weapons network end game. Yeah. That's where it ends. They want to destroy all countries. All countries is what their end game is, and the way you do it is through economics. That's why the world needs Bitcoin. Right, let's see what this open letter is. Cointelegraph's new direction, an open letter to the crypto industry. Let's see if they go on about using it as cash, shall we? The largest crypto media outlet in the world is changing its focus with a view to celebrating the people, projects and philosophies that are changing our collective future. At Cointelegraph, we've spent the last 13 years documenting the incredible rise of blockchain, crypto and Web3. From the days when crypto was discussed in obscure forums to today's global headlines and multi-billion-dollar innovations, we've reported on the industry without bias or favour. Bullshit! Absolute bullshit. But as our industry matures, so must the way we cover it. Today, we're introducing a clear editorial stance designed to celebrate our industry and the values we share with those participating in it. What does this mean? We believe in the transformative potential of this technology. When used responsibly, blockchain and crypto can empower individuals, reshape economies, and drive transparency and innovation across countless industries. We believe our industry can be a force for good if guided by prudence, ethics, and clarity of purpose. I wonder if they're trying to sort of fork away from the casino bullshit, gambling that it's all about. At the same time, we recognise a hard truth. Technology is neutral, but people are not. Crypto has attracted visionaries and opportunists alike. For every breakthrough, there's a bad actor. For every genuine use case, a headline-grabbing scam. That's why we will continue to approach the space with journalistic skepticism, carefully scrutinising those who build, promote and profit from this technology. But we're also tired of seeing our industry painted in broad dismissive strokes by mainstream media and powerful incumbents. Crypto has proven too big to ignore, but too disruptive for comfort. Digital assets are logical, inevitable and useful, yet otherwise serious media outlets often present them as inherently scandalous and undesirable. Cointelegraph is changing the narrative. What our industry lacks is a strong and competent media ally, a publication willing to advocate for its promise to defend its legitimacy and to challenge the narrative when it veers towards pessimism, sensationalism or misinformation. As of today, that's our role. As the largest crypto-native media platform in the world, we're here to support our industry. Not blindly, but boldly. Not recklessly, but realistically. And it begins with celebrating and sharing our cornerstone values. Pragmatic decentralization, pragmatic privacy, personal sovereignty, digital ownership rights. When we find people who share these values, we will highlight their innovations, we will offer opportunities and support to the creators, builders and leaders who employ a blockchain and Web3 tech for good. We will illustrate how people across the globe are benefiting from countless projects and are building a better future. Yet we will not shy away from critiquing those who promise schemes that appear to serve a personal interest instead of the wider good. We will document the conflicts of interest, the tokenomics that extract value from the retail investors, and the charlatans and the grifters. Really? What, Blockstream, Adam Back, Peter Wall, Greg Maxwell, any of those? Yeah, didn't think so. Peter McCormack? Pfft. Yeah, don't think so. We will use our unrivaled experience and expertise in the field to fiercely seek out and expose wrongdoing. And we will fight a future in which crypto's best values can thrive. It's skepticism, but with support, advocacy, but with accountability. And thank you for being with us on this journey. Look, the only blockchain and the only network that can actually fulfill all of this is the genuine Bitcoin, BSV. Are they going to talk about that? No. Excuse the expletive that was right on the tip of my tongue there. What's this? DAOs must replace cult leaders. Whatever. American Express now offering NFT passport stamps, launching this weekend. Oh my god. Bitcoin's growth engine is running out of steam. Ooh. So this is Gregcoin's exponential growth cycles are shrinking dramatically, signaling potential technological and maturity limits. Yeah, because it's got 1 megabyte block size. When you were young, you often felt belittled for your lack of experience. Yet our elders will simultaneously lament to us that time is on our side. Gregcoin, like any youthful emerging tech, it's the same. The early years are full of uncertainties, yet filled with the promise of boundless possibilities. Time is on our side to learn, adapt, and grow. As we enter midlife, however, blinded by early wins and growing recognition or adoption in the technology sense, we start chasing success and increasing wealth with increasing tunnel vision. This is precisely where Gregcoin finds itself today. Finally accepted by institutions and the talk of daily news, each step celebrated but also pursued by expectations. This phase brings urgency, risk and uncontrolled panic. As the horizon of what was once infinite opportunity narrows, the immediate momentum before the end will feel so sudden and perilously finite. Grapecoin's rapid rise in 2025 is meeting its own midlife crisis. The exponential growth of its use as an emerging tech is fading. Recently, Clean Core Solutions saw its shares plunge by 60% right after announcing its plan to jump on the crypto treasury bandwagon with a pivot to become a Dogecoin treasury company. The collapse signals growing investor skepticism over speculative crypto stints, which mirrors broader challenges Grapecoin faces as it struggles to maintain momentum amid increasing market volatility, which the Forbes cover curse may have further exacerbated. Urgent questions about its longevity, value and purpose demands answers. Like any good legacy plans, having a will is often recommended. What is Grapecoin's shelf life? Well, it can't do anything. It can't do anything. That's why, honestly, it's just so stupid. Crypto as a faith-based asset. What, you mean like fiat currency? What a load of shite. I'm not going to read that. Because we know I'm talking absolute shite. But look, running out of growth. It's because it hasn't got unlimited or unbounded scale. If the block size is limited, it means that limitations and restrictions can be manufactured and the network purposely be manipulated so it can't work. And that's what's going on. But shitcoin is shit for brains. They'll never figure this out, will they? Right, let's have a look at some of my posts here. Check this out. Bitcoin email. Gonna give them a follow. What is this? Look at that. Do you send letters without stamps? Check it out. Check it out. Transaction confirmed on chain. Your email has been permanently stored on the BSV blockchain. Your Handcash wallet has been successfully connected. Experience the future as decentralized mail with a Bitcoin integration. That is huge. Look, reply with payment. Reply to that. This looks absolutely fantastic. Because obviously Royal Mail, which was meant purely for a private communication between living men and women, has been co-opted and sold off. It's now got CEOs and it's a public limited company, which is absolutely ridiculous. And again, you know, with those at the top, they had to get rid of all the postmasters in order to put minorities in charge to get people used to seeing different faces at the local post office, because the post office was the beating heart of the community. And that was the whole purpose of the Horizon scandal. Just literally to break communities. Absolutely arseholes. But yeah, that looks great. And check this out. So Max Crypto says, wow, this is huge. $11 billion in stables has flowed into exchanges before FOMO meeting. Big money knows something. What do they know? What's this is saying? What? 9,000 billion? What, 9 trillion? Nah. That's got to be 9 billion. 9 billion, 82 million, I'm guessing. Look at that. Yeah, just literally just yesterday. September 16th. Look at that. Look at that. Stablecoins are ERC20s, exchange inflow, total, all exchanges. Whew. Yep, I would agree with that. Someone knows something. Someone knows something. And talking about someone knowing something, BSV Association here said breaking, hackers steal 56 million customer records from Gucci, Alexander McQueen, Balenciaga and Birani. The Shiny Hunters group has breached luxury giant Kering, stealing millions of customer records, including names, addresses, birth dates and purchase histories. Blockchain technology offers a more secure alternative, decentralized infrastructure, no single point of failure, hard to breach, immutable financial records, transparent tamper-proof ledgers, real-time audit and detection, instant anomaly detection, operational efficiency, reduced manual oversight, faster response, secure digital identity, verifiable fraud-resistant authentication. Incidents like this underscore why luxury brands and all global businesses must rethink their digital backbone. Blockchain isn't just about crypto, it's about protecting trust. Discover how blockchain technology can protect your business against cyber attacks. Oh.
Advanced solutions like cyber attacks are escalating at an alarming rate, becoming more sophisticated and costly with each passing day. These threats endanger operations, erode customer trust, and destabilize financial health. In the US alone, the average data breach costs $9 million. with organizations taking 207 days to identify and another 70 to contain the breach. Why? Because traditional data management systems depend heavily on third parties, making them prime targets for cybercriminals. Blockchain technology offers a revolutionary, more secure alternative. Its trustless model strengthens the core pillars of information security. Confidentiality. Users control their own identity. Integrity. Data remains tamper-proof. Availability. Constant interruption-free access is ensured. Advanced solutions like CertaHash's Sentinel node leverage blockchain for real-time threat detection and rapid forensic analysis. This proactive approach significantly reduces the risk of prolonged data exposure. To stay ahead of evolving threats, organizations must adopt cutting-edge technologies. Investing in blockchain cybersecurity is no longer optional. It's essential to safeguard sensitive information and uphold public trust. By embracing blockchain, we can create a safer digital future, empowering both organizations and individuals to effectively mitigate risks. Don't wait for the next breach. Act now to secure your digital assets. Blockchain cybersecurity is key to protecting data, preserving trust, and ensuring a secure future for all.
Very cool. Very cool. So my response to that post was, this is what will happen to your digital ID accidentally on purpose once you surrender it to the government. Yeah, because we know what the government are just a front for the cabal, and the cabal just simply want everybody's biometrics. They will literally use it to exterminate you, or set you up or do whatever. That's what's going to happen. This is why we need, if there is going to be any form of digital ID, has to be on blockchain, so we own and control our own private information. That's it. We give them the private key, prove who we are, job done. No need to be on some massive government database where the likes of BlackRock, Vanguard, and State Street can just pay for saboteurs to go and extract the data and go, oops, sorry, we got hacked, don't know who did it. Yeah, right. So on to the next bit. Arm of DXS app said Harvard research confirms crypto is more about trading than innovation. Academic papers assume the blockchain trilemma is law, but it was created by one person to justify Ethereum's failures. We've been academically gaslit. More here. And we could easily got that article right here. 20 minutes gone already, probably won't have time to go through it, but table of contents, introduction to the great crypto paradox, speculation machine, how crypto became a numbers game, the staggering scale of crypto proliferation, the economics of crypto creation, the false innovation narrative, venture capital feedback loop, the commodity response, trading versus building, the academic blind spot. Chapter 2, the trilemma trap, how mainstream crypto accepted artificial constraints, the genesis of the blockchain trilemma, the layer 2 orthodoxy, the sharding complexity, academic consensus, the BSV heresy, economic incentives beyond complexity, regulatory capture. Chapter 3, the BSV phenomenon, technology, community and controversy. The technological claims, infinite scalability, the Craig-Wright controversy, the price-performance paradox, the enterprise adoption strategy, the academic isolation, the community psychology, the network effect challenge, good grief, the data sovereignty revolution, impacts of true digital ownership, the current data custody crisis, Web3 promises and its limitations, BSV's data sovereignty model, that'd be a good one. Economic impact, implications of data sovereignty, social and political implications, technical requirements for data sovereignty, the network effect of data sovereignty, global implications, and data divide. What's this one? The great crypto paradox. In the sprawling landscape of the cryptocurrency, there are over 37 million unique digital assets have been created as of July 2025, with projections to reach 100 million by year's end. A fundamental question emerges that challenges the very foundation of the industry. Are we witnessing genuine innovation or the largest speculative bubble in human history masquerading as technical progress? That's exactly what we're witnessing. The largest speculative bubble in human history. Hence, it was called the Tulip Trust. At the center of this paradox lies a Bitcoin, a BSV. Cryptocurrency. It's not a cryptocurrency. How many times have I got to say this? That's become perhaps the most controversial and misunderstood project in the entire digital asset ecosystem. While mainstream crypto chases complex layer 2 solutions, sharding mechanisms and multi-layer roadmaps to solve the so-called blockchain trilemma, BSV's proponents make a radical claim. Satoshi Nakamoto already solved infinite scalability in 2008, and the entire crypto industry has been reinventing the wheel for over a decade while ignoring the original solution. This assertion, if true, would fundamentally reshape our understanding of blockchain technology and expose the crypto industry's pursuits of thousands of alternative solutions as either misguided or deliberately obfuscated by their financial incentives. That's what's going on. The BSV community, numbering in the thousands rather than millions, presents a unique case study in the ideological commitment over financial gain. They claim to be not here for the money, as evidenced by Bitcoin's BSV's 99.9% declining its BTC, yet they maintain unwavering belief in their technology's superiority. The implications extend far beyond technical specifications or price performance. If BSV's claims about unlimited on-chain scaling are accurate, and if their vision for individuals controlling their own data without intermediaries is achievable, we face profound questions about the future of digital sovereignty, economic models for the internet, and the very nature of how humans interact with technology. We explore why the crypto space has proliferated into millions of projects despite potentially having a working solution since 2008. I wonder why exactly. Investigate the community dynamics that sustain BSV despite massive price decline, and analyze the societal implications of true decentralized data ownership. The stakes of this inquiry are not merely academic. If there is even a 1% chance that thousands of BSV supporters are correct about possessing a technology that eliminates the need for data middlemen and enables private, direct exchange of value and information, then the potential transformation of digital society warrants serious examination, regardless of market sentiment or price performance. As we stand at the intersection of technological impossibility and speculative excess, the BSV phenomenon forces us to confront uncomfortable questions about innovation versus speculation, community versus markets, and the true purpose of blockchain technology in human society. Well written, but yeah, exciting stuff. Yeah, making my toes curl there with excitement. Check this out. So Anna Iverson has written another article from Bitcoin to Abundance. She says, in my new essay explores how Satoshi Nakamoto's original vision, preserved only in BSV, opens the way for value-based economy. I introduced the Sovereign Revenue Trust entity as a new asset class that protects investors, empowers investors, and restores financials to its true role, serving creativity and sovereignty rather than extraction. Join me in reimagining finance, not as survival, but as a stewardship and co-creation. Here we go, from Bitcoin to Abundance. Today's revolution is much bigger than the American Revolution. It is bigger than the agricultural or industrial revolutions. It is nothing less than a consciousness revolution. The change in consciousness includes a transition from masculine, hierarchical mindsets and actions to ones that are more fluid, egalitarian and feminine. It necessitates an acknowledgement that defends our home and now means nurturing our home, and a recognition that our home is the entire planet. John Perkins, Confessions of an Economic Hitman. I've seen that. That was a phenomenal documentary. Oh, wow. What is value really? Oh, well, value is derived from supply and demand in economics. Bitcoin incomplete journey. Yeah, we know about that. Financial structure rooted in sovereignty. A regenerative energy technology. Hamilton's vision reimagined, a quantum feminine shift in finance toward a world of abundance, a call to the creators, the custodians and sovereigns. Oh, wow. That sounds pretty big, doesn't it? Might have to read that myself, or maybe read that on another show. 28 minutes gone already. I do try and sort of keep these shows under half an hour. Let's have a quick look at the figures in $26 transactions, 63% of all the blockchain of all the Bitcoin forks, 81% of the block size, 55 megabytes in one block. Yeah, nothing to write home about though, but more megabytes in that one block than the entire column of Gregcoin. 58,000 times cheaper to transact on Bitcoin than Gregcoin. Mining Bitcoin at a 1.6% comparable profit. Loving that. But let's have a look at the quick politics in the pie charts, because that's where it is. Global hash rate 7 days, 24 hours. Oh, great coin hash rate. Other miners 6.94. B crash, other miners 46%. Fisher price crash, other miners reduced to 39.58%. And CoinDart's not reporting the mining figures accurately for BSV. No surprise there. Here we go. Wow, is that TAL 35.1%? Is that because it's TAL.com? Is that both TAL Terranode and TAL now? QD Link, SA100, CUV. All right. Oh, transactions confirmed. 703,000 transactions over the last 24 hours. Mining stats then. 24 hours. Look at that. TAL 35.1. I wonder if they've implemented Terranode. QD Link 15.2, SA100 15.2, CUV 15.271, Mining Dutch 10.69, Gorilla Pool 8.4. All right, let's have a look at the transactions overall. Yeah, let's refresh that. Here we go. So 707,972 transactions over the last 24 hours, putting genuine Bitcoin in second place behind the utility of Ethereum. But you literally, what, Ethereum being 100x, like literally like a $500 billion, $500 billion market cap, and yet BSV like literally in the ranking in the like just that on the outside the 100. But 18.5% of the entire market in front of XRP and Gregcoin. Look at second place, amazing. Overall market cap. Oh, so although the price on Gregcoin has gone up, it's just market cap 3.9 trillion. See what's going on here. Is it worth looking at the tether weather? Oh, listen, price is going down. Price is going down there. On Gregcoin, I wasn't expecting that. Ethereum 4,450. Let's have a look at this. Where on earth are we? 97, like $25. Like just $500 million market cap. Nothing, like absolutely nothing. Crazy. Volume. So CoinDCX. I don't believe that. CoinDCX is the Indian exchange. I think that's BS. Huobi in second. But let's have a look at the liquidity though. This all really counts. See, this chart is changing all the time. So hit BTC, then Changelly Pro, XGO, Bitmart, Hybit, Zedixion, CoinW, KuCoin, HTX, CoinDCX. Look, CoinDCX right the way down there. And yet in terms of volume, that's just wash trading. Skullduggery going on there. While we're here though, let's just have a quick look at tether weather, see what's gone on. Because you know they flooded $1 billion in there. So what's this on the week? 169 to 171. So 2 billion gone in 7 days. Oof. 166.8, 170. So like 4 billion. 4 billion. That's $1 billion a week. $1 billion a week gone in there. That is crazy. So where did this go today? 170, 171. Yeah, that's the $1 billion gone in today. Good grief. Got to keep the scam going. Right, let's have a quick look. So we just got 1 point here, 17th of September 2017. That time when pegged USDT stablecoin on Kraken crypto exchange rose from its peg of $1 to $394, wiping out all the traders who shorted USDT at a little over its $1 peg. Oh my, look at this. If you ever suspected that there might be something dodgy going on with unregulated exchanges that Roger Ver invests in, just remember the time on the 17th of September 2019 that a pegged $1 USDT stablecoin on Kraken rose to be worth $394, wiping out all the traders who thought shorting USDT at just over $1 was a good idea. Imagine a dollar pegged stablecoin going to $394. What an absolute joke. Utter piss take. Literally just shows you how scammy the markets are. That's crazy. Right, check this out. It is the 17th of September. We have literally today or tomorrow finishes the Kellenschweller countdown. Now, I'm hoping that tomorrow just turns out to be a nothing burger, obviously, because if they do decide to drop the hammer tomorrow, like, I'm going to have done myself up like a right kipper. And I wouldn't really feel too comfortable about that. So anyway, I don't think it will. I hope it doesn't. But there's always that thing that it might. But anyway, the fact is the Kellenschweller countdown finishes tomorrow. And then from tomorrow, we will then start counting up. So the 19th will be day 1, the 20th will be day 2 and 3 and 4 and so on until this particular event happens, and I shall let everybody know when it does. It's going to be absolutely epic. So until then, press the like button, hit subscribe. You're not going to want to miss all the shenanigans that happen between now and then. It's going to be absolutely epic. So until then, be aware, take care, stay safe out there, and we'll see you in the next one.
The king still has one more move.